Welcome to 2024 Juneteenth! Woo woo! We are getting ready to start with our opening ceremonies, so if we can get everybody to come on up and take a seat, we'll get our special guests on stage. And we're going to get started with our opening ceremonies. If I can get all the planning team up on stage, please. All of our planning team, our dignitaries. Dion, that is you. Come on up here. All right, y'all. Come on up. We are so excited for y'all to be here today. We have a amazing program planned for you today. And we are so excited to have so many vendors and food trucks and all of the folks here to celebrate our liberation for Juneteenth. I had the pleasure with a lot of our team, especially Miss Nima Pickett, who was amazing at getting Dr. Opal Lee. Her team got Dr. Opal Lee here to open up Juneteenth. And we were all able to go and hear her talk, and it was amazing. And she said something that will never, ever leave me, and I'll never forget. She said, 4th of July freed the land, but Juneteenth freed the people. Man, it was amazing. That's not my words, that's Dr. Opal Lee. All right, we need all the planning team, more planning team. Line up, please, behind me. Jordan, that's you too, my friend. I just want to take a moment so the community knows who puts in the work to make sure this event happens. We have an amazing team of community members, of organizations, individuals who work tirelessly to make this event happen. It is a lot to do this. We argue, we fight, we love each other, we experience joy and pain and all the things it takes to do this for this beautiful day to happen. So I just want to take a moment and let each one of them pass the mic down and introduce themselves, because these are the folks who really all year round really are working to make sure that this happens for you all. So let's give them a big round of applause. We'll start with our host.
How y'all doing today? Somebody say hello. Say hello. Just making sure we awake, man. I am LB Johnson from the Hustle 101.3, man. I'm also just a community member, man. Glad to be here.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Carla Kazi, President and CEO of the Black Chamber of Commerce of New Mexico. So we have a table back there. We're one of the major sponsors of this event. We also have one in the convention center in the basement, because we're also doing Black Business Summit. We have a lot of wonderful free classes for you. So please come out and take advantage of all of the resources we have to offer. Thank you for coming.
Good morning. My name is Beverly Gaines. I am the Associate Director for the Martin Luther King Commission. We are one of the sponsors as well. We have a table in the back at the sponsor table. Please feel free to come by and get some information from us about Dr. King. We appreciate you being here and welcome.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Torrance Green, the Director of the Green Outreach Group and proud member of the community. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Dr. Lisa Choice. I am a proud community member, and I work with the vendors on the committee.
Wonderful. Happy Juneteenth, Albuquerque. Oh, come on. Happy Juneteenth, Albuquerque. My name is Timothy Green IV, and I'm Culture Change Leader for the City of Albuquerque, and I'm part of the Education and Planning Committee. I'm a community organizer, scholar, critical pedagogue, and happy to be with y'all today.
Hello, everyone. My name is Patricia Lott. I'm representing the University of New Mexico and a proud member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated.
Hey everyone, my name is Shawnee Harvey. I work for the New Mexico Economic Development Department, and I lead our JEDI office, Justice, Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion. But Star Wars is more fun, and Star Wars is great, and we're working to bring balance to the Force. Please come and check out the Black Business Summit. We'll start up again at 1 p.m. We're downstairs in the convention center. Tell your friends.
Sawabona. Sawabona is the Zulu word for I see you in the depth and the heart and the spirit of who you are. I am Ni'ima Kamaria Hanifa Pickett, meaning born during prosperous times like the moon, a true believer, standing on the shoulders of such greatness represented here today, and lead the Office of Black Community Engagement here in the City of Albuquerque. I'm so glad that you are here, and we'll get to interface throughout the rest of this day.
Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. My name is Olivia Oyinatumba. I work for Albuquerque Public Schools. I'm the assistant principal at James Monroe Middle School. I'm also a business owner, the owner of Uche Oli Nigerian Outfits. I have been working with this group, and I'm so happy everybody's here. Let us celebrate, let us be happy. If you have time, please stop at my booth and see what you can find. Thank you, everybody, and have a wonderful Juneteenth celebration, everybody.
Jumbo. Jumbo. Jumbo is Swahili for hello. My name is Brenda Hollingsworth Marley, formerly known as Mrs. Pickett, and I am here to help with the libation opening ceremony. I am an educator, librarian, performing artist, and a community activist. I am happy that you are here, and I'm happy that we can share time together. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Dion Epps. I'm with the Open Space Visitor Center, City of Albuquerque. I just want to welcome you all to this 2024 Juneteenth and have a great time.
How you guys doing? My name is Jordan Locke, Almost Perfect brand. I'm excited to be a part of the team that's helping us, relive our history and continue to create and elevate the culture here in New Mexico. Appreciate you guys coming out. And we are also having the Juneteenth Cookout Day Party tomorrow at Bama, so if you guys are available, pull up.
Peace and blessings. Lessons 505. My name is Marcus Allen. I'm the Cultural Vibrancy Coordinator at New Mexico Black Leadership Council. We have a tent that's right over by City Plaza, by the City Hall, and just come over and see us, find out about different resources that are out here for you guys. Hope you have a great time.
Happy Juneteenth, everybody. My name is Mercedes Egbe. I'm the Education Pillar Coordinator for the New Mexico State Office of African American Affairs. We're also one of the sponsors for this wonderful event, so definitely check out our OAAA table under the sponsor tent. And I had the privilege of organizing the Kids Corner this year, and so definitely send your kiddos on over to the Kids Corner. It's right above the splash pad. You can get some cool Juneteenth temporary tattoos. We have color pages, books, and a bunch of cool activities. It's gonna be a great time on a great day. Thank y'all for being here.
Hello, 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 Albuquerque. My name is Jay Gordine. I am here with Black Pride Albuquerque. I'm representing True Colors. I'm the advisor. True Colors, can you raise your hand, wave your hands? Those are our Black and queer college students. I'm also here on behalf of the Syndicate ABQ, which is our Black and Queer Events Collective, and the Chocolate Factory, which is New Mexico's only all-Black drag troupe. We're going to be back for our Black Pride Hour from 3:30 to 4:30. Our tent's over there. Get to learn a little bit about our Black queer icons and our history. And come out tonight at 9 o'clock, if you're 21 and over, to the Albuquerque Social Club for our drag show, Black to the Future. Thank you so much.
All right, y'all, so give them the biggest round of applause. They do all of this work. Yes. And then last but definitely not least, we got to get Dr. Bailey. I know he said he was good, but NAACP in the house.
Yeah, Harold Bailey, President Albuquerque Branch, NAACP. Welcome to Juneteenth. Don't forget to vote.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Thank you, team. Thank you, team. We can go back to our stations now, huh? Let's have stations. All right, so we're going to start the programming off with the land and labor acknowledgement. And this is important. This is something that, and by the way, my name is Nicole Rogers. I'm the city councilor for District 6 and first elected Black city councilor to city council. And I am just so honored to continue the legacy of this Juneteenth. And one thing that we worked on in equity and inclusion was really to make sure that in addition to a land acknowledgement, how many of you heard of a land acknowledgement? Everybody's heard about that, right? It's the right thing to do. But not often do you have a stolen labor acknowledgement in addition to that land acknowledgement. So 2 or 3 years ago with Juneteenth, we started normalizing not just the land acknowledgements, but also the stolen labor that exists that built this country. So today we honor the Tewa homelands that we stand on here today and acknowledge the stolen lands all around us. Today, especially today, we also acknowledge the more than 12 million of our African ancestors that were stolen from their homes, their families, and their tribes. Today we remember, and we don't forget. So Juneteenth is really about the celebration of our liberation, about making sure that we understand the past so that we can get to our future. So Juneteenth, we know that we've come a long way, but we also know we have a long way to go still. We are still in bondage when it comes to access to capital, access to home ownership, access to education, access to the things that we need to thrive. And so today at Juneteenth, you'll see things like home ownership. At 1 o'clock in the convention center, there's gonna be a home ownership 101 to start getting folks to become homeowners. It's very important. We also have Presbyterian Hospital here for health. So all of our health needs, they're here to talk to us about access to health care, which is really important. As they said earlier, we have the Black Business Summit where you can get all of your information. But today we want to make a special shout out to the folks sitting here to my left. Now, if you don't know, the folks sitting here to our left are our elected leaders in our community, from the Black community. This is pretty much all of us for the entire state of New Mexico. That's a good thing. Yeah, we can. Now, I say it that way for a reason. There should be more. Do you agree? And so this is why we're going to take time to make sure you know who they are, Some of them can't tell you that they're running for office again. I can. They can. Some of them, they can't. But I can. And I think it's important, Dr. Bailey said, make sure you go vote. We have 3 different tables here today that can help you get registered to vote, can help you update your voter registration. We have to get out and vote. It is so critical. I can't even stress that we need to make our voices heard. And I know we hear it doesn't matter and nobody does, or my vote doesn't matter. Look, I won my election by 244 votes. That's not a lot. That's not a lot. That means if 244 less people voted, I wouldn't be there. That's too close for my comfort, right? And we know that that's because of voter turnout. And so I want to give special space to our elected leaders to make sure you know who they are and you make sure you rock your vote, because this is our representation. And man, it's hard out here, y'all, in these political streets. Is the best way that I can say it. So first off, I would love to introduce to you our state representative, Pamela Herndon, to come up and address the crowd.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. I am Representative Pamela Herndon. I represent House District 28 in the Northeast Heights. So it is a pleasure to be here and to see you and to recognize not only did New Mexico recognize Juneteenth long before it became a federal holiday. Once it became a federal holiday, then that meant that every single employee, whether you work for a state or federal employees, or even if you were in private practice, you could celebrate such a big day in history in the African American community. So stay here throughout the day, enjoy it, lift up our communities, but most of all, remember to vote.
Thank you. Next up, we have the Honorable Judge Shamara Henderson. Give her a round of applause.
Happy Juneteenth. I'm so excited to be here with all of you today, and one of the messages that I really wanted to bring to all of you is I want to hear about your thoughts about the courts in New Mexico today, and I mean that sincerely. You have several judges up here today, and we are part of community. We've been a part of community. Most of you have known me since I was little. And so the trust that you all have in the court system is paramount to many judges, but in particular the judges here today on this stage. I became a judge in 2020, and in 2021, the courts here in New Mexico said the following, that each New Mexican will be treated fairly under the laws of the state is imperative to the work of the courts. Without it, the justice system erodes and crumbles. But we cannot take your trust for granted. We must eliminate the effects and poisons of prejudice, bias, and racism. We must serve all persons equally regardless of race, ethnicity, gender, sexual orientation, income, language, ability, or education. So we, as the judges on the stage today, are dedicated to ensuring that the New Mexico judicial system actually reflects that. But to do so, we need to hear from you. What are the experiences that you've had in the courtroom? What are experiences that your family has had in the courtroom? How can we do better? As an appellate judge, I have the ability to be able to talk to the Supreme Court and say, here's our ways that we need to do better. As Metro Court judges who are facing the public every single day, we have the ability to talk to you face to face and say, how can we do better? So help us do that, because on days like this when we're celebrating freedom, we also need to ensure that we're celebrating justice, and we need to make sure that justice occurs in the courtroom every single day here in New Mexico. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Next, we have the Honorable Judge Estrada. Come on up.
Hello and good morning. My name is Shanetta Estrada, and I am a sitting Metro Court judge. As we gather here for the opening ceremony of Juneteenth and to honor our ancestors, I think about the ways in which we can all honor our ancestors. We honor them by living up to our calling for the community. I strive every day to serve the community through justice, and as Judge Henderson said, I face the community every day, and I am interested in your experience with the justice system and how I and others can be better for you on a daily basis. We are all called in grand ways to serve our purpose and in daily ways. My ask to you is to honor the sacrifice and fight for our rights by exercising those rights. We can only continue to move forward with your help by voting. There are a number of us on the ballot this November, myself, Court of Appeals Judge Henderson, and many others on this stage. We need the community so that we can continue to serve the community. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Next, we have up Senator Harold Pope, the best dressed senator in the state. Just have to say that.
Good morning, everyone. I think it's still morning. Thanks for being here. Thanks for letting me show up in my Barbie collection, my peach suit this afternoon. I'm Senator Harold Pope Jr., representing Senate District 23 on the west side. I also serve as the Senate Majority Caucus Chair. And I just love coming to these events. It brings memories of when I was a kid. Now, I didn't grow up here, but I just remember Juneteenth showing up, and we just would be barbecuing and seeing people we hadn't seen all year long, and doing races, doing, you know, three-point contests, 3-on-3 basketball. And when I was young, I really didn't know the importance of the day. I thought it was just a party, it was just Juneteenth. And as I got older, I understood what this meant. And it's so important that we continue to celebrate this, and now it's a national holiday, but the importance of being involved civically at every level. All right, that means this election. That means every election that comes forward, city council, school board. Because unfortunately, we have people and forces that are really trying to take us back. We all know that we haven't gotten to where we need to get, but we also have to make sure we don't go back. And so please get involved, support us if you can, I'll say that, but really support people who support the community, who support events like this, and really make sure that we have a community that's inclusive of everyone. The Black community matters here in Albuquerque and matters in New Mexico, no matter what percentage of the population we are. We contribute, and we matter, and we're just as important. And so please always think of that. Without us being involved, we don't get things done in our state that we've gotten done. We are one of the few states that have an Office of African American Affairs. We are one of the few states that have a Black Education Act. We are one of the first states that passed a Hair Discrimination Act, otherwise known as the Crown Act. And without electing people like me and others on this stage, we don't get things like that done in our state. So please remember that when you talk to folks who say, oh, it doesn't matter, they're both bad, or I have an issue here or there. It does matter. So thank you for being here. Let's celebrate. Let's continue to ensure that this history remains history that we can talk about, so nothing like this ever happens again, where people lose their freedom and lose their humanity, because that's what this is about. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. All right, next we have another first in Rio Rancho, the very first African-American woman to be elected into Rio Rancho City Council is Dr. Pastor Clarissa Colbreth.
Good morning, Albuquerque. How are we doing today? This is a beautiful day for us to be out here together once again celebrating Juneteenth. I love this day, and I love the celebration of this day because it just reminds me that we are ever on a journey to become a more perfect union. Juneteenth is the embodiment of everything that this country stands for, that when there is something wrong, we in this country have the power to make it right. When there is an injustice, we have the power to convert it to justice. And I encourage all of us to look at the world that's around us, because there is still injustice all around us. And remember that you too have the power to do something about it. What is the best way you can use that power is to exercise your right to vote. And I'm saying that as a non-biased participant today because I am not on any of the ballots this year, which is a beautiful thing. But it lets you know how important that I am here today to stand and say, your power is in your vote. So don't waste your power. Use your vote and get somebody to come along with you. Because if you're the only one exercising your power, if you're the only one driving to the ballot box, I'm gonna let you know that you're not gonna do enough. And the change that you want to see just might not happen. So this year, if you know you're a voter already, can you commit to get somebody who's not already a voter? Somebody, maybe it's their first time, maybe they just turned 18 and they are just now eligible to vote. Find somebody who did not vote in a past election. Get them in the car with you and help them, show them that this is how we use our power and make our voice known. I will also remind us that Juneteenth is not just a day, it is a whole celebration. And because of that, if you don't get enough Juneteenth today, don't worry, because you can come out to Rio Rancho next Saturday, the 22nd. Come to Haynes Park on Saturday, the 22nd. Join us as we celebrate Juneteenth. We will be there from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's gonna be a wonderful celebration, and we look forward to seeing you all there. Have a great day.
Woo woo, look at that. Juneteenth is now a whole month, y'all. Just have to say, because we had our open space Juneteenth last weekend, our gospel extravaganza last Sunday, and today, and next weekend. So we're making a whole month of it. All right, next up is my dear friend, also an amazing, amazing person, Janelle, our representative Janelle Anyuarnu. Come on up.
Morning, morning, everybody. Happy Juneteenth. I am Representative Janelle Anyuarnu. I represent Albuquerque's 19th district. That is the international district and the fairgrounds. And from all the speeches that you've heard today, you may have noticed the theme. Vote, vote, vote. I'd like to say I was going to give you a different subject, but I cannot. You have heard from every single one of us how important voting is, and we cannot stress that enough. You've heard from Nicole, who won by just a little under 300 votes. How much different her seat would be if she had not won that seat. And that is the same for every single one of us up here. I will tell you though, that when I talk to people, you know, they're tired. And I understand that they're tired. I get that it feels like the same thing every voting cycle. We feel like we have to choose between the lesser of two evils. Well, I want to tell you that what happens in Washington happens in Washington, but what happens in your community that impacts you directly, your voice matters in your community. Your voice matters in your neighborhood. And when you go to the polling station and you're in that little booth and you're filling out those bubbles, some people just want to fill out maybe the top 2, top 3, president, congresswoman, senator, and then leave. But you guys, your voice gets louder the further down the ballot you go. So I want to tell you, please show up to the polls in November. Please make your voice heard. I don't want you just like sharing your voice in the polls. I want you screaming in the polls. You fill out every single one of those bubbles. You tell them who you want representing you, not just in Washington, in your neighborhood, in your community. Fill out every single bubble. It absolutely matters. Thank you so much for your time today. Happy Juneteenth, everybody.
Thank you so much. All right. So those are our current elected officials, but I cannot not talk about someone we all stand on his shoulders, and that's the Honorable James B. Lewis, who has been a mentor to me in this role even before, and is just a wealth of knowledge. He's been elected to a lot of different seats in the state of New Mexico, and we all stand on his shoulders, so I definitely have to make space for Mr. Lewis.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I didn't hear you. I said good afternoon. We got to have more energy than that. Good afternoon. Let me hear you. Why don't you give all these elected officials a big round of applause? Give the committee that put this whole thing together a big round of applause. Let them know you appreciate them. Now give yourself a big round of applause for being here today and being a part of and making a difference. I just want to say to you again, my name is James Lewis. I'm the first statewide elected official in the history of the state of New Mexico. And when I got elected in '86, there was only 5 of us in the whole United States of America. 5. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot of work to do. And now we look at the elected officials here. I served as First County Treasurer in the basement of this building here. I served as the CAO in this building here. I served as the city manager out in Rio Rancho. I served as Assistant Secretary of U.S. Department of Energy in Washington. And I'm just saying that I'm not trying to brag, but I want to say that we need to set an example for our young people to follow. If we're willing to make these sacrifices, we want to get out here and participate, and we need your support. You can make a big difference. And when we talk about voting in this last election, do you realize only 22% of the people eligible to vote turned out to vote? 22%. Now, I'm hoping that that don't happen in this general election, because we can't afford apathy. We can't afford complacency, because that is what's going to put us on the back burner. What's on the ballot this year is our democracy. What's on the ballot is our democracy. And you need to show up and you need to show out. You need to participate in the process. If you don't participate, you don't have anything to complain about. So you need to get engaged, you need to get involved, you need to make a difference, you need to show up, you need to show out, and you need to let people know that you're going to vote and take your neighbors to vote. Last but not least, let me shut up before Ms. Rogers, she told me, do you know the 3 B's when I came up here? I said, what? She said, do you know the 3 B's? I want you to be ready, I want you to be brief, and I want you to be seated. I'm through, Nicole.
Give it up for the Honorable Mr. James B. Lewis. Man. All right. Well, thank you. We're going to continue into our next part of the programming. I'm going to bring my brother Tim Green up to lead us in our next part of our opening ceremonies, which is very special. I'm so excited.
Thank you, Councilor Rogers. Hello, happy Juneteenth, everyone. So, for our opening ceremony, we're going to go ahead and ask everybody to join us in an active embodiment, and we're going to have Adolf, Carlos, and his wife. They're going to lead us in a procession, and we'll start over here on the left-hand side of the stage. We don't have our display, but I do need to give a shout-out to Karen Meadows and Doris Fields. They put together a wonderful, beautiful display, and it's called A Gift from Our Ancestors. It was supposed to be playing in the background, but as you can see, we don't have the monitor working. So right now, we're gonna ask everybody to rise, and we're gonna collectively head over here. And as we start our active embodiment, this is to honor our ancestors, right? To honor the loved ones that we've lost. Recently, we lost somebody in our community that was very beloved, right? Greg Brown. So as we do this, think of your loved ones, your ancestors, and we're gonna follow this road. A path has been paved right here, and we're gonna follow it. It's gonna wrap around the tent, and it'll come here, and there will be a community altar where it will end. And here you can place your offerings, your pictures, but after that, we'll come, you'll sit back down, and we'll have Miss Brenda Marley do a libation ceremony, and then we'll close with some drumming and then the Black National Anthem, okay? So yeah, let's go ahead and come over here. Right there, Adolf. Absolutely. And we're gonna go this way, okay? Yes, everybody, come and join us. Hey, everyone. Hello. Hey, Mayor Keller. You gonna walk with us in our active embodiment? Absolutely. The whole team. We're inviting all of Albuquerque, all of Albuquerque. See the path there? Is that okay with you? Yeah. Okay. Absolutely. And we're gonna follow you, Adolf, as you lead us. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yes, step up, step up. Come on, everyone. And again, this is an act of movement, right? We understand that not everybody is able-bodied, so we're asking everybody to move with us. Good to see you, brother. Absolutely. So Adolf, whenever you're ready, we're inviting all the community to come out and join us again, all of the community. When we think about what connects the African diaspora, we're very, very diverse, right? But one thing around the world that connects us all is the drum, right? And that can be found in all throughout the African diaspora, but also in many other cultures. So we're coming out, we're gonna lean into the drum, we're gonna lean into our ancestry, the diaspora, and again, we're honoring our loved ones, right? R.I.P. to Greg Brown, R.I.P. to my grandma Selma Green, and all the other ancestors or elders that we witnessed to transition this year. And this year's theme is Sankofa. Beautiful. Thank y'all for being here. Wonderful, thank you, thank you. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Thank y'all. Go ahead and have a seat, and we'll gather as Miss Brenda Markley takes us through our libation ceremony. In some of the earliest celebrations in Texas, a lot of the formerly enslaved men and women would do this ritual and an act of embodiment to honor their ancestors and all of the people. I'm going to hand the mic over to our Office of Black Community Liaison, the Liaison for Black Community Engagement, Nima Pickett.
First, giving honor to our ancestors, Creator, for creating this sacred and hallowed space that we hold together. Today, I would like permission from my elder to be able to speak.
You have permission. You have permission.
You have permission.
Libation in honor of my grandmother Bessie, of my grandmother Smiley, of my grandfather Pickett. Ashe. Giving thanks to my Queen Mother, Brenda Marley. We medicine women, shining through yesterday's smile. Life opens wide. Loose me. We shall not be swallowed up. We are whole, full, complete. Now spin that on repeat. Live the mantra that gives your heartbeat vitality, for you be that freedom call come a-knockin'. You blessed ones, sacred be your ceremony. Dance by moonlight until daybreak, for you are not broken, but built like brick, unbreakable. Your smile is the rising of the suns, ready, stepped foot, loose for battle at your command, righteous keepers of wisdom, past, present, future, divinity by the Trinity, life lives through you. This breath grows stronger as we pass through. Wide open in the clearing for the clearing of souls, ageless is the love that we live here together. See the molds, it's been broken, and there is nothing left but light, 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 freedom, light, emancipation, light, Juneteenth.
As we gather together today, on this day, as we celebrate Juneteenth, want to give honor to those who have come before us. We want to give honor to the land that we stand on. We want to give honor to that which gives back to us from Mother Earth, Earth Spirit, Father Sky, Moon and Sun. We want to give thanks for our breath. For without our breath and our health, we have nothing. Juneteenth celebrated because a people were held captive. Juneteenth celebrated because a people were placed into bondage. And finally, after hundreds of years, we're told that we would start our path to freedom, that we would be free. And so we have an obligation to those that came before us to utilize our breath, our lives, our spirits as best we can in this day, in this hour, in this time, to give reverence to those who have come before us. And so it is. Oh, freedom, oh, freedom, oh, freedom over me, and before I'll be a slave, I'll be buried in my grave, and I'll go home to my Lord, and I'll be free. Swing low, sweet chariot, a coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, a coming for to carry me home. I looked over Jordan, and what did I see? A coming for to carry me home was a band of angels was coming after me, was coming for to carry me home. That's why I swing low, sweet chariot, a coming for to carry me home. I swing low, sweet chariot, a coming for to carry me home. I'm gonna wade in that water, wade in the water, chill and wade in the water. For God, He can trouble the water. For God, He can trouble the water. For God, He can trouble the water. For God, He can trouble. He can trouble. He can trouble. He can trouble. He can trouble the water. Swinging low, that chariot, swinging low over that water, swinging low over the diaspora. And I'm recognizing the ones who came before me. My mother Bessie, I give you thanks. The father I never knew, I still give you thanks and praise. I'm going to call on the spirits of the ancestors, and as I call names, I'm then going to look to you, and you can shout out those that mean something to you, but they need to have gone on. I'm going to start with Mansa Musa, the richest African that the world has ever known. When he walked, there were caravans of gold following him. I'm going to call upon the name of the Queen of Sheba, Nefertiti, Queen Hatshepsut, Imhotep, the father of medicine. I'm going to call upon those ancient spirits on whose shoulders we stand. As we move across the water, I'm going to mention the names of people such as Shaka Zulu. And when I call their names, you're going to say Ashe. So now I'm going to call upon one who led us in the Underground Railroad to freedom. Her name was Harriet, and Harriet Tubman didn't take no stuff. Why, Harriet went along the Underground Railroad and she conducted. She said, if you come with me, there's no going back. I sure as shoot you before I let you go back and ruin our way to freedom. As they traveled to the North Star, she said, follow the drinking gourd. Follow the drinking gourd, for the old man is waiting for to carry you to freedom. If you follow the drinking gourd. And so as we pour, I call upon the name of Thurgood Marshall, Ashe. I call upon the name of Bayard Rustin. I call upon the name of Oprah Winfrey. I call upon the name of Sojourner Truth. I call upon the name of Ida B. Wells. I call upon the name of Garrett Morgan, who helped with our stoplight. I call upon the name of Lewis Latimer, who created the light filament for our light bulbs, Lewis Latimer. I call upon the name of Nina Simone, Billie Holiday, Lena Horne, Fats Waller, and I'm going to call to you. Just shout out a name of someone that is important or that you have lost, and then we're going to ring round our ceremony. And so, and another round, I call upon the name of and so as we close our ceremony in libation, I want us all to give thanks for the ability to be here. Ashe. I want us to recognize someone in our community that we lost yesterday. A good friend of mine and my daughter's. His name, I call upon the name of Gregory Brown, the little point guard. He played for the Lobos, and he died yesterday in an accident. He was a good friend. We traveled to Ghana together. We traveled to Georgia and hung out. And I will miss him. And we give honor and thanks and condolences to that family that has to now bury their loved one. I thank you. In the water.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Miss Marley. Thank you, Adolph. Thank you, Carlos. Thank y'all so much. What is your wife's beautiful name? Thank you so much, Gabrielle. Thank you. Thank you so much. Pleasure, brother. Thank you. So, the reason we played the drums is because for over 200 years, they were banned in the majority of this country, right? So we always played the drum to remember our ancestors and also as always a sign of resistance. But now we're gonna move into our Black National Anthem. Nicole asked me to come over here and hand the mic over. What's your name? Stacia. I'm gonna hand the mic over to you and let you do your thing. There's nothing on the screen.
Good afternoon and happy Juneteenth, family. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. God of our weary years, God of our silent tears, Thou who hast brought us thus far on the way, Thou who hast by Thy might led us unto the light, keep us forever in Thy hand, we pray. Lest our feet stray from the places, our God, when we met Thee. Lest our hearts, drunk with the wine of the world, we forget Thee. Shadow beneath Thy hand, may we forever stand true to our God, true to our native land. Happy Juneteenth.
Happy Juneteenth. Wow. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. So next up, I believe we're going to have Mayor Keller say a few words. Mayor Keller, are you in the atmosphere? There you are. Wonderful. So Mayor Keller's going to come up and say a few words. Welcome, y'all. Here he is. Here you go, Mayor Keller.
In the atmosphere, I love it. Good to see you. Happy Juneteenth, everybody. Thanks so much for being here, gathering today as a community. And I just want to share a few remarks on a beautiful day in the Duke City. And first and foremost, there's tons of people who helped put this on. First of all, like dozens and dozens, if not hundreds. But I got to thank and give some special recognition to our city team. You know, I was thinking about the theme, Sankofa, a little bit, and thinking about it in a more recent way. And I remember when I was fortunate enough to be handed this job for a few years by the city, and one of the constant refrains that I had heard in most of my public life here in Albuquerque was about the tricultural myth, right? And about how we forget about very significant, very important communities in our city today and in our city's history. And of course, a huge part of that is the African American community. That's right. And when we met, when I got started, a lot of folks in the community said, well, let's stop just talking about it. Let's see what we can actually do. And it's hard to combat that myth. But the first thing we did was create an Office of Equity and Inclusion. And there are a bunch of folks here who work there. And of course, Tim Green right there put it together for the MC, our culture change representative at the City of Albuquerque. We also have the deputy director here, Felice Baca. Give us a wave, she's right over there. And there's a whole host of folks at the city, but I want to also acknowledge, I know she was honored earlier, but the community also said, why can't we have a liaison? Office of Black Community Engagement with somebody in charge of that work and empowered and funded to do that work. And of course, we have our city councilor. So where's Nicole at? She's running around probably doing hard work. But look, she was the one who also said, we should have this celebration at Civic Plaza to celebrate with the whole city and make that statement about Juneteenth. And so we so much appreciate all that she's done and setting, that's right, give her a round of applause. I know she's running around working hard today. And then of course, she's very humble, but she has now somebody new in that job, and you've seen her all today. But Naima, she was down here with her mom. She is now our currently Office of Black Community Engagement Liaison. Thank you so much. Great work today. So I think with that, I would just share a couple of other aspects. We know that we have to do more each and every day going forward to combat all things, whether it is hatred, whether it is racism, whether it's on a national scale, or whether it's right here at home in Albuquerque, New Mexico. But I also know that I think because of the efforts of the community here today, because of these incredible elected officials, we have continued to try and walk the walk. And so as I look back over the last 10 years at least, I believe we are at least in a little bit better place. But it's a little bit better place because of all the leaders up here and because of this community. So I want to thank you all so much for being here today, for what you've done to get us to this point, and of course, for all that we celebrate on Juneteenth. Thank you so much, and God bless Albuquerque. Happy Juneteenth.
All right, all right, all right. I think up next we got Rodney Bowe, right? Ryan? Okay. Oh yeah, we're gonna do a flag raising? Do we have someone to raise the flag? Okay, you want to do it? No? Okay.
Next up is me. I'm going to do some quick remarks. It's going to be me with the New Mexico Economic Development Department, the JEDI office, as well as Carla Causey with the Black Chamber of New Mexico before we head back in. After that, we're going to move into DJ Ryan Demon for a little while. And then after that, we're going to go into Kai Warrior, and then we'll hear some remarks from Presbyterian. Just got a little bit of a shift in our schedule, y'all. My name is Shawnee Harvey. I work with the New Mexico Economic Development Department, and we are also a platinum sponsor this year for the Juneteenth celebration. We're running the Black Business Summit inside downstairs, where we'll start again at 1 p.m. We're going to be talking about contracting and procurement, followed by international trade and global mindset at 2:15, and then we're going to wrap the day for the summit inside the convention center downstairs with film and TV at 3:30 p.m. The Economic Development Department is really glad to be participating in this year's celebration. Our mission is to enrich the lives of New Mexico families and provide a place for economic mobility where all individuals can thrive. So our sponsorship for this event this year gives us an avenue to be able to show you all the resources that we have inside, all our resource partners in the ecosystem. You know, job creation and entrepreneurship is a way that our community can build generational assets as well as longevity and sustainability for our community. So that's what we do with the Economic Development Department. We do a lot with manufacturing businesses. We have a creative industries division, a film office. We do outdoor recreation events as well, and we have the outdoor recreation division. And we do a lot under a really big umbrella. We also have the Spaceport Authority, New Mexico Border Authority, so a lot of trade and expansion and expanding into new industries. You can find us downstairs in the Anasazi room on the lower level. It has the glass doors. We've got tons of resource partners there who have free services for businesses and entrepreneurs, and we'd love to connect with you all. It's a great way to take back freedom over your own decisions and choices, entrepreneurship for all. I'm gonna pass the mic off. Thank you all. I'm gonna pass to Ms. Carla Causey with the Black Chamber of New Mexico.
Well, thank you all so much for being here today. We're not going to spend a lot of time. We're trying to make up time, but we just want you to know that the Black Chamber is also a platinum sponsor. We have a table in the back. We also have a table downstairs because we partnered with EDD to develop the whole Black Summit. So you all really want to come down and get those resources. Tell you a couple of quick things with what the Chamber is doing. The Chamber has a small business success program, and so if you need some assistance with your business, you're underserved, you're under-resources, please come see us. We can help you. We also have over $500,000 to give out in grants to New Albuquerque Black businesses. You will see everything on the website. It's going to be 3 different tiers. Everything will be up. We have a whole committee. You will be able to do that. We also are a partner with Nucinda Federal Credit Union, and we can now offer loans from $250 to $10,000, and it is powered by the credit union, but you come to the chamber and our committee works to make sure you're ready and you can be approved. And we don't even pull a credit report, but we make sure you're financially stable and can pay it back so you can be even better. I want to make sure everybody comes back tonight at 6 o'clock because we're going to have a pitch competition. So Councilor Rogers said, we need to have a pitch competition. Carla, can you use this money? I said, no, I can't use that money. And so I kept going through everything, and I found $2,500 that I could use for it. And then we went out and I said, I need somebody to match it, and we got a match. So we want you to come back tonight. We had a lot of people that applied. You're gonna see the top 4 startups, the top 4 existing. They're gonna give you a 5-minute pitch competition. We were gonna have judges that'll judge and say who wins. We're gonna have some audience participation, and we are gonna give out 2 $2,500 grants tonight. So be here at 6 o'clock. Please come see us at the chamber if you need any information, because our goal is to make sure you have the resources available so you can remain economically sustainable. Thank you.
Let's give it up for everybody that was involved with the opening ceremonies one more time. We're gonna go ahead and get started. Up first, we got DJ Ryan DeMond. Y'all make some noise. Let's get some music going. Let's have a good time.